Okay, thank you. Because I'm in the middle of my teaching, I'm taking a small break from the students, so I hope I could wrap this up in 10 minutes, and I'll hope to do a Q&A, as I mentioned to Benedetto earlier, so I can finish the Q&A and I can go back to my class because the students are waiting. I'm very sorry for that because of the time difference and the conflict with the timetable, teaching timetable. There's a slight change in the title because of the change in the slide framing of the paper. So the paper is now called Paradoxical Entrepreneurial Interests and Passion in Social Entrepreneurship. So this is a joint work between myself, Yanto, at Hong Kong Polytechnic University, with my colleagues in Victoria U in New Zealand, Fendi, and in University of Surabaya, Andy. So we all know that passion is important, has been mentioned a lot in the media. There's even a very popular bestseller book by Angela Duckworth about passion and grit and those sort of things. There's a famous video, by Oprah Winfrey, a kind of a motivational kind of words that say that if we can find what our passion is, if we can find what we love, we never get tired in doing the things that we do it. We would do it for nothing, for the things that we love. And I think the general idea about passion is also very well captured by Mel Gibson's movie, The Passion of the Christ, which portrays things about love, sacrifice, suffering, victory in the pursuit of a mission, right? And a lot of the literature says finding and pursuing passion can bring the best out of us and help us transform our passion into productive actions and achievements. And this has been tested in many contexts among students, among musicians, among sportsmen and women. And there's this construct called entrepreneurial passion, which is defined as intense positive feelings by engagement in entrepreneurial activities. And this has been a rather well accepted theory to explain many entrepreneurial outcomes. And they know that entrepreneurial passion, or EP, can increase people's ability to recognize opportunities, to raise the interest of investors to invest in you, to attract talents and things like that. However, there's been very little discussion about EP and to what extent that entrepreneurial passion matters to social entrepreneurship. We all know that in social entrepreneurship, this domain or topic has been defined in various or conceptualized in different ways, as value creation, as hybrid organization, as meaningful work, as a way to emancipate others, as a form of values work where people practice their values. But there's been little theoretical and empirical work that try to combine entrepreneurial passion with social entrepreneurship. There's one paper in not too long ago by Carden, who are the founder of Entrepreneurial Passion construct, the creator of this construct. She identified passion for social mission as a very important or very interesting discovery among general for-profit entrepreneurs. And they also make a remark that there's an absence of research on entrepreneurial passion in the field of social entrepreneurship. So the way we see it, we take a look at it and we thought, well, if we don't have entrepreneurial passion in our study of social entrepreneurship, is kind of like something is missing. It's like we don't have Antonio in the story of The Merchant of Venice by Shakespeare. And then there's this literature about paradoxical interests in entrepreneurship, which says that people who engage in entrepreneurial activities, they are not always necessarily be influenced by pecuniary interests, which is the interest to make money, to be successful. But entrepreneurs are also driven by non-pecuniary interests, things that are not related to money. It could be related to developing your imagination, or is it about because of your religious call, or is it about you care about other people? So those are called the non-pecuniary interests by Van der Ven. And we know that in the context of social entrepreneurship, the intention to take the plunge, or social entrepreneurial intention, SEI, is a core domain of this field. But the talks about the role of passion has been filled with a lot of anecdotal evidence. And for example, but it has not been verified systematically. So a lot of studies about social entrepreneurial intention has been dominated by the studies of particular sort of construct, like self-efficacy, your empathy, your social identity, and a lot of study about compassion. But again, compassion has been studied as at a more theoretical realm rather than being tested. So we don't know whether and how entrepreneurial passion plays a role in predicting social entrepreneurial intention. Now, there's a debate at this moment between two schools of thought in social entrepreneurship. One says profit is not a dirty thing. So this bunch of groups of people say that social entrepreneurs can still make profit, and there's nothing wrong with that. And the second group would say, well, no, social purpose is the ultimate goal. So it's the primacy of social purpose. So there's this debate as well, which is still ongoing and not resolved. And given the tension between the interest that people have when being an entrepreneur, they can have a pecuniary and non-pecuniary at the same time. There's a tension between this pecuniary and non-pecuniary, but we don't know which one is important, which one is more or less important. But this actually reflects something bigger, which is there's a tension among competing identities, among social entrepreneurs, competing value systems and norms as the underlying sort of drivers for social entrepreneurial intention. So the puzzle is, we sort of made a hunch that entrepreneurial passion could be the glue or the missing piece that could bind together the conflicting premises about those who say profit is okay, the other one says profit is not okay, and the contradictory interests, pecuniary and non-pecuniary interests. So we thought that EP, entrepreneurial passion, could be the glue that combines all these things together. So in the study, we try to ask, does entrepreneurial passion drive or can influence social entrepreneurial intention? And what kind of pecuniary and non-pecuniary interests are associated with entrepreneurial passion and social entrepreneurial intention? So this is our very simple model. We have entrepreneurial passion for founding. F is for founding, is to found something as a mediator in the middle. And the money ethics on the top there is pecuniary interests. So money ethics is about your attitude towards money, whether you like money, you like success. And we also have two constructs that capture the essence of non-pecuniary interests, which is meaning in life, whether you are searching and finding meaning of life, MLQ, and also public service motivation, PSM, which is your desire to serve the public. So we thought that this could have direct and indirect influence on social entrepreneurial intention, the SEI. So we are trying to test this. Let me go through a little bit about the construct. So entrepreneurial passion is the fire that gives you the persistence, dedication, commitment to achieve something. And it has three domains: passion for inventing products, passion for founding something, and passion for developing. And it has been studied that entrepreneurial passion can predict success and intention in entrepreneurship in general, right? Because this entrepreneurial passion can predict, because entrepreneurial passion predicts the kind of entrepreneurship that is related to pecuniary interest, and because social entrepreneurship adds the non-pecuniary interest in entrepreneurship, that's why we made an argument that entrepreneurial passion may be a relevant predictor for social entrepreneurship. So we propose that passion to establish organization, which is EPF, founding of organization, is possibly associated with social entrepreneurial intention. The second is money ethics. So this is the pecuniary interest in entrepreneurship. It's about people's attitude and desire for money and for success. And it has three dimensions: affective, cognitive, and behavioral. The social aspect is a central part of social entrepreneurship. So passion for money and success could weaken people's desire for social entrepreneurship intention. And because entrepreneurial passion for social mission is the inverse of money ethics, that's why we theorize that money ethics can weaken entrepreneurial passion. So we developed hypothesis to money ethics, which is your desire for money and success, can negatively influence your intention to be a social entrepreneur. And money can negatively influence your passion to build an organization. The next one is meaning in life. Meaning in life is one of the form of non-pecuniary interest. It's about people trying to find meaning in their life. And there's a theorization that social entrepreneurship is a meaningful work as well. So meaning in life is the fire that could keep the passion burning for people to engage in social entrepreneurship. So we theorize that meaning in life can possibly influence people's passion for entrepreneurship. The next one is public service motivation. So this is a form of non-pecuniary interest in entrepreneurship. So it's people's predisposition to serve the others, to serve the public. And it has 4 major dimensions: social justice, your compassion for others, your self-sacrifice for others, your commitment for public interest. It has been studied a lot in the public management literature and public admin literature, and PSM has been shown to drive people to do voluntary activities, to work for non-profits, to serve in public office. And there's only one qualitative study so far with a very little case that shows that public service motivation can trigger people to join the social entrepreneurship. So we theorize that public service motivation as a selfless desire to benefit the collectives can drive passion to form organizations and also the intention to be social entrepreneurs. So that's why we have hypothesis 5, public service motivation can possibly influence your passion for entrepreneurship, and the same public service motivation can possibly influence your intention to be a social entrepreneur. So we capture our data among the millennials, Generation Z in Indonesia. And in Indonesia, it's been reported by the British Council that social entrepreneurship tackles youth unemployment and environmental crisis. And about 67% of the SEs set up in Indonesia were established and led by young people. So our samples come from the youth who are at the career contemplating stage. They're year 4, they're nearly graduating. And samples came from 4 cities. We have a sample of 1,000 something, and we're using the well-established scales. We use a Hawker scale for social entrepreneurial intention, entrepreneurial passion for founding, money ethics, MLQ, PSM, and also some control variables. So in terms of discrete findings, first, all the validity reliability check was okay, model fit was okay. We have slightly more female than male, 52% for female. And the age relatively around that age, 18 to 23. And majority are studying social sciences. And most of them, more than half of them are studying in public university. And more than half did not have any business experience, but more than half had family members, their parents or siblings who are entrepreneurs. And we also asked them whether they have interest to be entrepreneur in general. And most of them say, yeah. So we have a structural model assessment. I mean, the correlations were according to the hypothesis that we have provided early on. So there's nothing surprising. We checked the direct effect. So this is the kind of the regression type of our model testing. Only one hypothesis that is not supported, which is the relationship between money ethics scale with entrepreneurial passion for founding. The rest are supporting. So passion to intention to be entrepreneurs are supported. Money ethics to intention to be social entrepreneurs is negative, but also significant. Money ethics, which is H3, money ethics to passion, not significant. Meaning in life, H4, meaning in life to passion is significant and positive. Public service motivation to passion is positive and significant, and public service motivation to intention to be social entrepreneurs is also positive and significant. So in a visual, this is how it looks like. So if you can see, the direct effect from ME to SE is negative. So this is the obvious one that is negative and significant. And the other one is ME to EPF is negative, but it's not significant. So we can just ignore that. MLQ to EPF, PSM to EPF, PSM to SEI, these are all positive and according to what we expected in the study. And we also did separate a smaller part of the mediating effect, and this is so further confirms our previous analysis. So in terms of the discussions of our contributions, we did find that entrepreneurial passion is positively and significantly associated with intention to be social entrepreneur. Secondly, we found that money ethics is negatively and significantly associated with intention. So people who always think about money, so these young people who always think about money or be prompted to think about money, they are less likely to have this intention to be social entrepreneurs. But this money ethic has no effect on passion to be entrepreneurs. And then meaning in life is positively and significantly associated with intention to be social entrepreneurs. And then public service motivation is positively, significantly related to passion. And the sixth one is public service motivation is positively, significantly associated with intention to be social entrepreneurs. So in summary, this is a first empirical test of passion in relation to social entrepreneurship, in particular with social entrepreneurial intention. And we find that entrepreneurial passion is a central mechanism in the middle that can predict social entrepreneurial intention. And it also shows that entrepreneurial passion that has been studied a lot in for-profit entrepreneurship context can explain social entrepreneurship phenomena. And we also offer a first empirical test of the paradoxical entrepreneurial interests between money ethics, which is pecuniary type of interest, and meaning in life and public service, which are non-pecuniary interests of entrepreneurship. So in terms of public implications for practice, this could serve as initial criteria for self-assessment for future social entrepreneurs to know, how do you score in terms of money ethics, meaning in life, public service motivation, passion, things like that. And it could help investors and public policymakers to identify and fund social entrepreneurs. And it also shows that if you're able to display entrepreneurial passion, you could use this as a strategy to gain funding. And you know that a lot of this funding requires people to present their social business plan. So if you're able to display your passion for the cause, passion for the beneficiary, passion for the problem, or passion for the solution, this could help in winning funding. And money could reduce social entrepreneurial intention. So because of this, we thought that it might be more appropriate to use a stronger social framing when we are trying to sell social entrepreneurship to the young people. And we also thought that we could also use more of reflective learning, invoking positive values, triggering young people to think about meaning in life and willingness to serve the public. This could help them to be a social entrepreneur. And also we could use some novel learning tools, games, comics, to stimulate their interest. And because of this nature of the games and comics, for example, that could also help them to understand concepts like meaning, serving others, self-sacrifice in an easy way, rather than just reading a text of the book. So that's pretty much what we have. So in terms of limitations, it's just one cross-sectional study. We need more quantitative tracking of these variables. There needs to be more experimental studies to test entrepreneurial passion and maybe on social learning, to test the relationship between entrepreneurial passion with paradoxical leadership that combines social and commercial ideals, and could also study the relationship between passion with social identity and self-efficacy, and maybe also a different form of experiment to test different coaching methods and how it could influence social entrepreneurial intention. So that's pretty much it. I will stop it there. Happy to take questions so I could rush back to my class. Thank you so much.